Hello, everyone. Digital Stories comes your way with another case. We are diving into one of the most foundational cases in tort law, Scott versus Shepherd from 1773. It is a bustling marketplace in 18th century England. Stalls are packed, people are everywhere. Suddenly, a guy named Shepherd decides it would be a brilliant idea to throw a lit squib, a small firework, right into the middle of the crowd. The squib lands on a stall selling gingerbread. The stall owner, not wanting the goods or herself to get burned, instinctively grabs the fiery squib and chucks it away. It then lands on another stall. That owner does the exact same thing, throwing it on again to protect himself. Finally, it lands near a man named Scott, where it explodes in his face. The injury is severe. Scott tragically loses the use of one of his eyes. Scott decides to sue Shepherd, the original thrower, for trespass. Now, this is where things get legally interesting. At the trial, Shepherd was found liable, but he appealed, making a very clever argument. He said, "It wasn't my direct action that hurt Scott. I threw the squib, sure, but other people threw it after me. They broke the chain of events. Their actions were the real cause of the injury, not mine." In legal terms, he was arguing that their actions constituted a novus actus interveniens, which is a Latin phrase for a new intervening act that breaks the chain of causation. So, the big question for the appeal court was, who is truly responsible? Was it Shepherd, the guy who started the whole mess? Or was it the people who threw the squib in self-preservation, effectively passing the danger? The court had to decide if Shepherd's initial act was directly connected to Scott's injury, or if it was too remote, too far removed by the actions of others. This is where the judgment becomes a landmark. The court dismissed Shepherd's appeal. They decided that the injury to Scott was, in fact, the direct and unlawful consequence of Shepherd's original act. The judges reasoned that the other people in the market who threw the squib were unacting as free agents. They weren't making a calm, considered decision. They were acting out of an inevitable necessity to protect themselves from immediate danger. Their actions were a natural and predictable consequence of Shepherd's reckless behavior. One judge famously described it like this: the intermediate throwers were like a tool in Shepherd's hand. Their panicked reactions were not new acts, but rather a continuation of the force that Shepherd had originally set in motion. Think of it like a domino effect. Shepherd pushed the first domino, and the rest falling was a direct result of that initial push. The court concluded that Shepherd's intent was to cause mischief by throwing the squib in the first place, and whatever followed was a part of that original, unlawful act. He was held responsible for all the consequences. The famous Squib Case is a perfect illustration of the principles of direct causation and remoteness of damage. It establishes that if you start a chain of events that is foreseeably going to cause harm, you cannot just wash your hands of responsibility because other people reacted predictably to the danger you created. So, what do you think? Was it fair to hold Shepherd responsible for the final outcome? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into legal history, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time.